launching quite an exciting new book at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. We are launching, well, in fact, two books. The first book is A Taste of the World, which is describing all our properties and all the experiences that you can do around the properties. And this book is very emotional, so very experiential, and showcase really what is the best way to discover the regions around our properties. But we are launching also a small book, which is very important to us, which is the new mission, the new vision of Relais and Chateaux, which is to make a better world through cuisine and hospitality.
Your company is all about experiences, from restaurants to beautiful hotels to amazing lodges in places like New Zealand and in France and all around the world. What are some of the top trends you're seeing in travel? What's really exciting you at the moment that some of your members are doing?
Well, what is exciting is to see that the new trend is not to choose a destination for the destination itself. We see that people now are choosing destination to see something special, and cuisine is starting to be one of the main drivers of the people to travel to. Let's take the example of Peru. People are now traveling to Peru to see Gaston Acurio, who is really an icon of the new Peruvian cuisine. And it happens now that people are going to a location specifically to see some very famous chefs and to experience their cuisine.
And what are some of the new developments in the company? Where have you been adding restaurants and hotels? You're obviously very selective on who you choose. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We are very, very selective. So we don't rush about quantities. We just want the best in class for both restaurants and hotels. We have 48 new members this year, which is a great expansion, and Asia-Pac represents more than 1/3 of the new members. So 16 members are coming from this Asia-Pac region, and this is where we want to grow because this is where we see the potential.
We're here at Tetsuya's in Sydney. This is one of the finest restaurants, not just in Australia, but also in the world. Is this exactly what people can expect when they go and stay at a Relais property or eat at a Relais restaurant?
Well, in a Relais restaurant, you can experience every kind of cuisine. So this is why we are looking for the diversity of cuisine, but always, always the top. You cannot have a fine dining like Tetsuya everywhere. What we want to provide is really the taste of the region. This is why we have our book calling Taste of the World, because what is important for us is to feel in the restaurant, in the cuisine of the chef, the roots of the region. But we have the chance to have the best chefs of the world. If we sum up all the Michelin stars of the chef, we have now 330 Michelin stars. And the best chefs are joining the association. This year we have a new one joining, Pierre Gagnère, Marc Vera, Yannick Aleno for Le Doyen in France. So the best chefs are really at Relais and Chateaux.
And when it comes to travellers, obviously you're very popular for leisure travellers, but obviously you've got a very strong proposition for business travellers as well, don't you?
Absolutely, we have. We are developing hotels in the cities, so business travellers, and we are also developing seminars, so small group, like a board, to organize board of directors meeting in our venues. But we limit those groups around 20 to 30 people, and we have dedicated venues for this. So we have about 100 properties within the world who are specialized in that kind of meetings.
This is going to be a very tough question for you to answer, but what are some of your more iconic properties around the world that offer really magical experiences?
Well, Relais and Chateaux is all about dreams, all about experiences, and it really depends on what you want to find in terms of experience. If you want to find a hot spring experience, you can go to Japan in one of our beautiful properties, which is a ryokan, which has been in the same family for 500 years. 500 years in the same family, so you see the tradition of onsen, you see the traditions of hot springs and the tradition of Japanese welcome. If you want to discover the wilderness of the environment, you can go to Western Canada. I was there last year. It is an amazing experience to see bears on the beaches. So if you want to have a romantic escape, you can go to South Italy. In the Bay of Napoli, you can see the Vesuvio, and you can also find beautiful venues. And here, of course, in Australia, you have also great experiences on the Barrier Reef or on the private island. You can find also in the Fiji, we have a specific private island, which is Dolphin Island, and you have also a magic, romantic experience there.
And when it comes to sort of the travellers, how important is Asia Pacific going forward at the moment in terms of your global audience?
Asia Pac represents roughly 10% of our guests. It is dramatically increasing from year to year. Last year it was representing 6%, this year 10%. And we hope that it will be next year around 15%.
And who are your top travellers?
Top travellers in terms of nationalities. Top travellers are the North American travellers. Then the European, so I think the French are also good ones, and people from UK are also representing a good part of it.
And obviously Europe, with the Australian dollar sliding down, now obviously Europeans coming to Australia in big numbers again is obviously very appealing. So would you like to have more properties here, more restaurants, or what are you kind of looking for at the moment?
Well, for the delegation here, which is gathering both Australia, New Zealand, Fiji and Polynesia, French Polynesia, we have around 13 members. And we want really to increase within 2 years and reach as soon as possible 20 properties. So we have planned to develop both in Australia and in New Zealand.